Hey everybody, welcome to a TGIF edition of Keith's Beer Reviews. Really nice day today here, a little cloudy, but it's in the 60s. It's 20-some degrees cooler than it was last few days, and humidity's way down, so I think it's time to break out some of these bigger, darker, maltier beers that you like in the wintertime. And one I've been sitting on for a while, it's a big one, from Evil Twin Brewing. I'm going to do their Even More Jesus Imperial Stout. This particular, for those of you who don't know, Evil Twin is McKellar's twin brother, and like his brother, he's a journeyman brewmaster. So this particular one was produced and bottled for Evil Twin Brewing at Westbrook Brewing Company in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Never heard of them. I'm gonna have to look them up and find out what they brew. Otherwise, it must be a good one, or he certainly wouldn't have picked them, I'm sure. But anyway, from the website, and it's on the bottle too, it says, a few times in the history of craft beer, it has happened that a highly praised beer rises beyond mortal stardom into a higher godly league. Usually the recipe to make such heavenly drops is thick fudge-like body, pitch black color, amazingly overwhelming aromas of chocolate, coffee, dark fruits, and muscovado sugar, obviously only made in limited amounts, and most crucial of all, it must taste rare. Like I said, 12% ABV, just a plain cap, got a little rust on it, looks like, so I don't know, I don't see any date, but for this it wouldn't matter. Wouldn't matter much. So let's get this, a little bit of smoke there. I'm definitely at 12%. I'm definitely not going to drink this whole thing. I'll just pour a little, I'll glug a little into the snifter here. Yep, as I said, it is pitch black. It's just a thin wisp of head on it. Dark brown head, chocolate colored. Can't see a bit of light through it. There's no hints of amber or anything around the edge. Just a pitch black beer. I can tell from the way it poured, it's a thick one too. So let me see if I can get a nose on it here. Oh yeah, getting roasted malts, licorice up front, bit of that dark fruit they mentioned in the background. There's some sweet malts. Definitely some roasted, slightly bitter type roasted malts. There's dark chocolate, milk chocolate, maybe a little vanilla. I know they have other versions of this that are aged in different type of barrels, bourbon barrels and port barrels and stuff like that. But this is a base for it, that's for sure. But it's intense, but it's not anything out of the ordinary for a Russian Imperial Stout aroma, that's for sure. So let's get a taste on it. Okay, yeah, that's strong. Almost burnt malts really dominate the flavor. You got the dark chocolate, licorice, raisins. There's another bitterness there that maybe some hops that sort of balance the really almost intense sweetness. So this is really a sweet beer. Yeah, we got that roasted malt, a little bit of bitterness with the roasted malt, but definitely sweet dark chocolate, vanilla. Again, a dark fruit, primarily raisins. Getting a little alcohol too at 12%, not surprising. It's not overly so for 12%, but oh, sorry about that. I had a noisy crowd come through. I'm right near the head of a hiking trail here, and I could hear them coming in the distance. They were making a lot of noise. So. But anyway, yeah, this is actually the the flavor on this is much better than the aroma. The aroma's nice, but like I said, it's pretty much your standard Russian Imperial Stout aroma. But there's a lot more coming through on the flavor for sure. There's a lot of sweetness in here. It's a sweet beer, that's for sure, but there is enough bitterness, I think, from the malts and maybe some hops. They're not really like citrus hops or anything, more like floral hops. I don't know what the ingredients are, but there's a slightly bitter floral note on the finish that kind of helps alleviate some of that sweetness. If that wasn't there, this might be almost cloyingly sweet. At the same time, that bitterness doesn't really linger on the palate. You do have a little bit of sweetness that lingers, but it's not too bad, really. The mouthfeel is incredible. It's probably the best part of this. I mean, it's thick, it's creamy, just got a nice amount of subdued carbonation, just enough to keep it from being, you know, syrupy, but it's almost like drinking a slightly bitter chocolate raisin milkshake. I mean, there's some nice thickness here too. Anyway, I'm gonna sip on this. I'm gonna seal the bottle up. I'm definitely at 12%. I'm definitely not gonna finish it, and I'll come back after a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. It's been 20 minutes or so. I just been sipping on this. It's definitely a sipper. It's not a session beer, that's for sure. This is a really nicely made, highly drinkable beer. But like I said, it's not a session beer for sure. This could be a dessert beer or just a nightcap or something like that. Really nicely done. Imperial Stout. It's good, it's very good. The strong point is the mouthfeel, as far as I'm concerned. I mentioned that before. I think the mouthfeel is nearly perfect with the thickness of it and the carbonation just coming down perfectly. Followed by the taste, which along with the aroma don't really stand out from other Imperial Stouts all that much. But it's almost perfectly done. I mean, this is a really good beer, but I don't think it quite reaches the level of great. Maybe with some age on it. There's no date that I can discern, but for an Imperial Stout like this, it really doesn't matter, like it would with an IPA or something like that. But so I don't really know the age of this, but I think with some more age on it, it might become a 10, but for at least in this incarnation, my opinion, my feelings on this particular day, the Evil Twin Brewing Even More Jesus Imperial Stout is going to get a good solid 9.5 out of me. It might be a bit better than that, but I never round up. So 9.5. If you see it, grab it. I'm glad I got to taste this. Hopefully, maybe I can find one of the other barrel-aged versions, so I'll at least have the base to compare it to. But excellent beer, 9.5 out of 10. Till next time, everybody. Cheers. Let's keep drinking good beers.